Guys, this is Ashley back with another video. We about to get into some things, and it looks like Botchin' Pregnant is still going on and dissing and dragging JT and Ice Spice. She responded to a fan and said, if somebody not bothering or throwing shots, clearly I'm not talking about them. I was having a very fun July, being pregnant and staying at home eating bombs. I don't sub B words or bother them. Y'all coochie was tickling when these hoes used me as a marketing plan, but I gotta stay humble, huh? So she is accusing JT and Ice Spice for using her as a marketing plan. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. What I disagree with is when she says she don't throw shots. Yes, you do. Does Botchin' Bitter have amnesia? You definitely be throwing shots in your music. Oh, I'm sorry. Partisan Fontaine. So maybe she don't be throwing shots. It's Partisan Fontaine that be throwing shots. She just take credit for the shots when it's convenient for her. When she's not flopping on the charts. Because she's flopping on the charts now, she not taking shots. But when she was on top, you know, she was throwing shots all the time. She do shots at Nicki Minaj on Bozos. She threw shots in the Light Trash freestyle. She threw shots in the Dr. Miami record. But now she don't want to take credit for those, okay? Because clearly she didn't write those disses. Then she said, my flops do better than any of these B-words' best performing songs. Facts. It seems as though to me, these female rappers like to compare each other's flops. So she's saying she do flop, but her flops do better than the other flop records the other girls put out. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really look at the bubbling under chart. I usually only look at the Hot 100 and, you know, the iTunes chart where it really counts. So I don't really think it's a great idea to be comparing flop records or collaborations. You're all are flopping to me. I don't care if one flopped harder than the other one. It's all flops. I mean, when do we start bragging that, oh, I flopped, but it wasn't as bad as the other girls that were flopping? When do we start bragging about flop and not flopping as hard as the other girls? I mean, that is just embarrassing. I remember a time where, you know, you can compare your hit records, but now these female rappers are flopping so bad, they're comparing their flop records. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. When does Nicki come back? This is honestly embarrassing. These girls cannot chart, so they're comparing their flop records. That's embarrassing. Come on now. Then Botchin' Pregnant said this on Spaces. Ash Miracle.
Listen, a lot of these want to talk. A lot of these think that we on the same level because we do the same shit. Comes to bread. No, y'all been fucking bought your mama house yet. So that's why I have to put that shit on my tweet. Like, it's like, we're not there. We're not there. Our checks are different. Our checks are different. Are you
Ash
dumb,
Miracle.
bitch? Saying all of that while I'm waiting on my $70,000 chandelier? You dumb?
Okay, so Botchin' Bitter was talking that money talk, especially after it had been reported that her Atlanta mansion was being foreclosed on. So she is debunking that by saying that she is buying a $70,000 chandelier. And then also that Ice Spice and JT cannot see her when it comes to money. She just said the checks are different. So that was shade to JT and Ice Spice. She's still dragging them by their lace fronts because they dissed her on their albums. Let me know whose side are y'all on. I'm on JT's side. I don't know if I'm on Ice Spice's side, but I do feel like JT is getting bullied a little bit because, you know, it's Ken Barbie, Botchin' Pregnant, and Gorilla all teaming up on her to throw shots on social media, but Botchin' Pregnant or Gorilla Glue can't get in the booth because they got ghostwriters. Okay, so they can't get in the booth right away, so they got ghostwriters. But it does look like they ganging up on her. Even though I know she did throw shade at Botchin' Pregnant, so this is what she should have expected. But I do feel like they're like trying to intimidate her or some sort of way. Like they're trying to gang up on her because they was all throwing shots at her at the same time. They probably all in a group chat. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Now, moving on to Doja Cat. Doja Cat still is at number 1 for the most streamed female rapper on Paylo-Fi. Nicki's at number 2 with 10.08 mil. Ice Spice at 9.4 million. Okay. And Megan Thee Stallion is at 6 million. Botch and Pregnant is at 5.14 million. Bots, okay? I don't believe people are streaming Botch and Bitter's music, okay? If you can't even do 1 million streams for me for a collaboration, I definitely don't think you did 5 million streams in a day, okay? But congratulations to Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, and Megan Thee Stallion, and Ice Spice. It's well deserved, okay? In my opinion. I do believe people are streaming Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, Megan, and Ice Spice. Botch and Pregnant, not so much, okay? Because her sales have been really low when it comes to her collaborations and her music so far in 2024. I just don't believe people are really buying her music or streaming it. I think she got bots. Now, moving back on to Botch and Pregnant, it looks like Off the Cheat is getting caught cheating yet again, okay? He was spotted with an Instagram model called Pretty Reds, okay? You know, some fans are saying that this is a PR stunt and that, Off the Cheat is doing this because Botch and Pregnant is allegedly making an announcement pretty soon in regards to her album, okay? I think two things could be true, okay? I do feel like Botch and Pregnant uses her marriage to definitely sell records or create controversy for the media. I definitely think she does. But I also do believe Off the Cheat do be cheating. Okay? I definitely think he be cheating all the time because there are moments where you can just tell Botch and Bitter has enough and she'll spaz out on social media. Like, every once in a while she'll go live and start cursing and yelling at Off the Cheat. I do think those emotions are real. Now, Off the Cheat went live, and this is what he had to say.
Shorty? Hey, about Shorty.
So let me know if you believe Off the Cheat. I don't really feel like him saying, Shorty ain't my shorty really clarifies if he's cheating or not. He's just basically not claiming her, okay, publicly. Okay? I think personally that he'd still be cheating on Botch and Pregnant, and it probably is easier to cheat now that she is pregnant. But Botch and Pregnant not finna leave Off the Cheat, okay? I don't think she gonna leave Off the Cheat ever. Not until her career is over. What I mean by that is when she's not releasing any music. That's when she'll leave Off the Cheat. I don't think she's gonna leave Off the Cheat if she's still in the music industry. Okay? But I don't believe Off the Cheat. I do feel like, Botch and Pregnant do use her marriage sometimes to do PR stunts, okay, when she want to sell music. But I definitely believe that Off the Cheat be sneaking around. So anyway. Now moving on to Megan Thee Stallion, she now has earned her 20th top 40 hit on the Hot 100, okay, with the Mamushi single, is currently top 40. And then on top of that, she has made an appearance for Kamala Harris for a rally yesterday in Atlanta, okay? So it looks like she's teaming up with Kamala Harris, probably because she don't want Tory Lanez to get out of jail. Ooh, I think this is what this really is about. This is about she trying to put in the word, don't you let that leprechaun out of jail. I don't care if the evidence is proven that Kelsey did it. Don't you let that leprechaun out of jail. Because if he comes out of jail, it's going to be bad for Megan and Devil Nation. So this was a chess move, okay? So let me know how y'all feel about that. Then on top of that, Issa Rae from the show Insecure, you guys know that show, she has decided to put Megan, Scratch Off, and somebody else in a super group if she wanted to make a hip-hop hit record.
If I were making a summer hit song, I would put Meg Thee Stallion on it. I would put Lotto. And then there's another artist that I just discovered. I hope I don't say her name wrong, but Anicia, where has she been all my life? Because every song is my she a princess for real.
Well, that would be a summer flop, not a hit record, just like the show she did with the City Girls. The rap shit show that was on HBO, that flopped too. Anytime Scratch Off goes on a song that's not a big artist, she flops. And Megan and Scratch Off did the Sunday Side Chick remix with Flo Milli. Y'all remember that? That flopped. So did their collaboration with Budget. So you can't put Megan and Scratch Off in the same sentence as summer hit or a hit record, because at the end of the day, it's not going to work out. Okay? Usually when they collaborate, for whatever reason, it flops. And I think it's mostly because of Scratch Off. Now, speaking of Scratch Off, she put out one of her album covers for Sugar Honey Iced Tea. This album cover, from what I was told, was made on an iPhone 15. See that she has on some Shein outfits, in the cover. And it looks like to me that it probably cost Scratch Off at least $100 for this art cover. Okay? I know the budget is probably in the gutter for Scratch Off because she is losing money when it comes to RCA. RCA, the colorist, is losing money when they put out Scratch Off music. So they're not going to give her a big budget. But what I've noticed is a lot of these female rappers' art covers are trash. Y'all was talking about Pink Friday 2, but Pink Friday 2 might be one of the best album covers. Up there with JT. Even though JT's art cover was a mixtape, I think that they got the top spot when we're talking about art covers. Doja Cat's art cover was trash. Megan's art cover was trash. Ice Spice art cover was trash. JT's art cover was fire, and Nicki Minaj's art cover was fire. I mean, this is just terrible. This is boring, and I get it. She trying to have the Atlanta theme, but I feel like she could have done a better job, in my opinion. Okay? The outfit, Shein, Fashion Nova, maybe, but it probably cost her roughly around $50 for the outfit. The shoes is ugly. The shoes is terrible. The art cover is trash. It's definitely up there with one of the worst art covers of 2024. So, but, her album does stand for shit, and that's exactly what the art cover is giving. The queen of music cannot be stopped. Okay? Touring data put out the top concerts for a female act. Okay? And Queen Bee got 12 top spots. She actually got more than 12 top spots, but she's, the top 12 on this list. They got Barbara Streisand, okay? And then they also got Blackpink and also Karol G. But Beyonce got all stadium venues, okay? So does Blackpink and Karol G, but they don't got as many dates as Queen Bee. The chart obsessed racist is nowhere to be found on this list, which I'm not really shocked about. I think she's overhyped. But Queen Bee is at number one with 16.54 million. Damn, for one concert. But then again, she did go to Dubai and she made like $30 to $40 million when she went to Dubai. Okay. Queen Bee is a billionaire. I don't care what nobody says. Queen Bee is a billionaire. She just don't want y'all in her business. But ain't no way she can't be a billionaire, and every time she do a concert, she grows $17 to $18 million. Ain't no way. On top of that, every time she goes on tour, she grows like $500 million. Okay, y'all can say that her businesses might be a flop, but anytime Queen Bee tours, she makes money. Okay? She makes money. So at the end of the day, Queen Bee deserves her flowers. She's aging like fine wine. One of the baddest 47-year-olds in the game. 47 in real life, 42, 41 on Google. And she's one of the baddest 47-year-olds in the game. To me, in my opinion, there's nobody badder than Queen Bee right now in their late 40s. Who? In their late 40s badder than Queen Bee? Nobody. Sorry. Now, it has been reported that Ice Spice is teasing a deluxe for her debut album Y2K. Okay? Let me know how y'all feel about that. I think Ice Spice can keep the deluxe. If you're not coming out with a Queen Bee, a Nicki Minaj collaboration, you can keep it. I'm being so serious. Your album was mid. Okay? And I was being nice by giving it a 5. Really wanted to give it a 3. But I try to be nicer sometimes. So I gave it a 5, but it was trash. Okay? That's why Y2K was on the trash can for your original art cover. Okay? So if you're not coming out with a Nicki remix or a Queen Bee remix, you can keep that. You can keep it. I'm serious. Plenty Sun was okay. I like that song. Papa was okay, but the rest of the songs I really did not care for. And I haven't streamed the songs or the album since it came out. And I don't plan to. I'm still listening to City Cinderella. That's what we still streaming. It's City Cinderella. Okay? A City Cinderella summer. So at the end of the day, no shade of Ice Spice. Maybe her second album will be better. But if you're not coming out with a Doja Cat collaboration, Sabrina Carpenter or something like that, then you can keep it because it just gives mid. Okay? I don't really care for the Gunna collaboration. You and Travis. It's just nothing gag worthy on the album for me. I think your EP that you put out last year is better than what you put out this year, in my opinion. No shade. So, I'm going to have to pass on this. But, maybe next time. Now, moving on to Donkey of the Day. It has been reported that Inglewood Sir from TDE, his show in Toronto was also canceled. Now, if you guys remember, a few weeks ago, Schoolboy Q's show in Toronto got canceled. Y'all was trying to blame it on the hurricane or tornado or whatever happened in Toronto, which I didn't believe. And now a second TDE artist is having issues performing in Toronto. He says, "So sorry to my Toronto fans. The show has been canceled. We're working on rescheduling for a later date." And Schoolboy Q responded and said, "Ha ha ha, take your ass home, boy. Sing on the bus, it's over with." He just being sarcastic because people were laughing at him when his show got canceled. So now he just laughing at another TDE artist. But I think that, they being sarcastic. I don't really think he was laughing at his demise. But with that being said, the reason why, this is Champagne Thickum's fault is because Inglewood Sir said, "For those wondering, we sold out the show." And it was the same for Schoolboy Q. He had sold out his venue and he couldn't perform. And he said it was canceled by the venue, not sure why. So this goes back to what I believe the original thought that I had a few weeks ago, that Champagne Thickums is mad that Kung Fu Kenny annihilated him and he's taking it out on smaller TDE artists because he can't get through to Kung Fu Kenny. He said, "My apologies again to those that came just to see me." Okay? And I don't feel like that's right. Champagne Thickums can't move like that. You're taking it out on other artists when your issues with Kung Fu Kenny. That's corny. Because now, like I said before, you can't come to LA. A lot of people think he can still perform in LA. I think he's going to have issues performing in LA. Then Inglewood Sir also tweeted, "They don't like us," to Schoolboy Q, who was also having issues performing in Toronto. Okay? So that's a clear sign that this is Champagne Thickums behind this, because he tweeted, "They don't like us." Who don't like them? Champagne Thickums fans and Champagne Thickums. Okay? Now, I think Champagne Thickums deserves Donkey of the Day for this. Now, Party Next Door performed in LA recently, and he did not have issues because Kendrick Lamar is not a bully to OVO artists. Most of the OVO artists are flopping anyways. No shade. TDE got at least SZA and Doechii. Okay? OVO only got Champagne Thickums. That's really popping. So, with that being said, You know, I think it was a corny move for Champagne Thickums to come after the smaller acts on TDE because he can't get through Kung Fu Kenny. And if he thinks he can stop Kung Fu Kenny from performing in Toronto, he got another thing coming. But I guarantee Champagne Thickums cannot mess with the Bloods and the Crips in LA. That's one thing he can't do. See, he ain't got that type of gang affiliation over in Toronto. He just got Jay Prince trying to protect him in Houston. Jay Prince don't scare nobody from the Crips and Bloods. So he got another thing coming when he goes to LA. If I was him, I would stay in Toronto because it ain't going to be good for you if you come to LA. I can tell you that right now. So at the end of the day, it wasn't a smart move because it makes you look bitter, which you are. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you have a great day.